Everybody, welcome. Great to see you all. I'm Larry Meisner. I'm the Chief Philanthropic Officer at Guide Dogs for the Blind, and it's my pleasure to welcome all of you who are here in person, all of you who are joining via live stream. So we're live streaming for those who are new to graduation, and it's my pleasure to have everybody join us. Is anybody new to graduation? Is this anybody's first graduation? Oh my gosh, so it's a lot of people's first graduations. Have people been to graduation, say, more than 5 times? Are there any? Okay, so we have some newbies, we have some seasoned individuals. I encourage those who are new and after graduation, if there are questions, seek out those, myself included, but those who have attended graduations in the past, with any questions that you have. So I can guarantee you're in store for a whole lot of wonderful today. That's what graduations are all about. Another wonderful thing about today is that we have an opportunity to celebrate and acknowledge all 3 of our core programs. We have one orientation and mobility inclusion client to celebrate and acknowledge. We have 2 Canine Buddy partnerships to celebrate and acknowledge. And we have 5 new guide dog teams to celebrate. So it's going to be a wonderful graduation. And you have to stick around. I'm sorry for those who are not going to be here in person, but you can too see we're going to have a puppy delivery at the end. And it always, yes, elicits a lot of awes, and it'll be great. So we have a puppy delivery at the end of the ceremony. For those who have the programs, if you look at the cover, and we have programs for those who are viewing online, we have programs at the very top. You see what looks like a code. I think if I'm remembering accurately, it says class CA1013-CAOM37D. Did I get it right? Yes. Oh my gosh, okay. So, thank you. But that's not what this is about. Does anybody know what that code means? Exactly. So again, people aren't going to hear because you don't have the microphone, but you answered correctly. So this is our 1013th guide dog team graduation, which is extraordinary. And it's also the 37th California Orientation and Mobility Inclusion graduation. And the D, and I had to ask, this stands for domiciliary. I think I pronounced that correctly. I hope my English teacher is not listening, but which means that that's a in-home training. So that D means in-home training. So this is a really, really special, a special day for all of us. And it takes a village. For those who are new to Guide Dogs for the Blind, we are a very large, very wonderful, very complex organization. And it takes a village for us to accomplish what we accomplish. Some call it a community, others call it a village, as I just said twice. And I like to think of it as a very deep and rich and wonderful ecosystem. Everything is interdependent on one another. If one thing falters, it is certainly felt by the others. And I want to start by highlighting and compartmentalizing a little bit of our ecosystem, our fabulous ecosystem. And I want to call out the puppy raising community. So there are many, yes, and applause, and this is going to be a lot of applause throughout the day. How many puppy raisers are in the audience right now? There are a lot. For those of you who are new, the puppy raisers take a puppy at approximately 8 weeks of age and spend a year or more giving their all, their love, their life, their family, their home, their days, their evenings, their weekends. It is all-encompassing. It is amazingly generous of your time and generosity and love and passion. Whether you've done it for the first time, and there are some who have raised 40 puppies. We cannot do this without you. thank you so very, very much for all that you do. For those puppy raisers who are watching, thank you. You are an incredible community, thousands strong, and stick with us and enjoy the process. So thank you for that. Another round of applause, yes, for the puppy raisers. I also want to thank our donors. As many of you know, we do not receive any government funding, and we provide a lifetime of support for our clients at no cost to them. Obviously, it takes money to do so, and we receive it all from the generosity of individuals in this room, people who are watching all over the US and Canada. And we cannot do what we do without you as well. I want to also give a special shout out to a special donor by the name of Lillian Tremoroli. Hopefully you're watching, Lillian. And she has generously donated harnesses throughout calendar year 24. So a big round of applause for our donors and for Lillian. Another critically important component of our organization, in addition to the puppy raisers, because the puppy raisers are volunteers, our other volunteers, all other volunteers, which are enormous. And I'm trying to scan and looking outside at our beautiful campus. We have volunteers from our gift shop to our administration building, to our facilities, to our kennels and kennel techs. And we have volunteers all over the organization. We have volunteers right here. I'm looking at Larry, the docent, and the individuals, Barbara and Ron, who are passing out the programs. We cannot do our work without the volunteer community as well. So again, a special thank you and a shout out and a round of applause for all of our volunteers at Guide Dogs for the Blind. And then last but not least, our staff. We have an amazing staff here at Guide Dogs. Again, for those who are new, we have over 300 full-time staff here in Oregon, and we have some remote staff as well. We have an extraordinary staff base. These individuals not only work hard, but work really smart. It's a compassionate, dedicated, wonderful group of people, many of whom are here. I was looking at Jeff over there and Brendan, thinking of facilities and residents, and we have our amazing, and you'll meet them, instructional staff with Priscilla and Megan and Jessica. And we have, where's Stacy? And Stacy, our class supervisor. The wonderful nature of our, Stacy, I have to give you a shout out, sorry, I'm gonna do this impromptu. 35 years at Guide Dogs for the Blind, Stacy Ellison, so that's dedication. And again, it takes this amazing village. We have Kathleen and Marissa, we have our nurse staff, our resident staff. We have an enormously wonderful staff population here at Guide Dogs for the Blind as well. So again, we cannot do it without everybody's involvement. I want to thank all of those who are involved and who will get involved. Hopefully, this will be inspiring to some of you. You're about to see a video. It's a great short video. And for those, again, who are new, you're going to hear two voices and also see captions. The second voice, in addition to the narrator, is going to describe what is depicted on screen. These inclusive features ensure that the video is accessible for everyone to enjoy. So with that, let's roll the video.
At Guide Dogs for the Blind, we believe that everyone deserves to move through the world safely and confidently, to live the life they want to live.
A man and his guide dog walk through a park.
Our life-changing programs meet people who are blind or visually impaired wherever they are along their journey, whether that's by matching individuals with highly qualified guide dogs, providing guide dog readiness skills in our orientation and mobility immersion program.
A man holds a white cane and smiles broadly.
Or pairing youth and adults with the companionship of a canine buddy.
A young girl cuddles with her canine buddy.
Together, we are GDB.
My name is Renee Carrasco. My dog's name is Snoopy.
Renee sits in front of a fireplace.
So the reason that I wanted to get a guide dog was because I came across some videos from Guide Dogs for the Blind, and that was my introduction to guide dog travel.
Renee and Snoopy walk along a city sidewalk and cross a street at an intersection.
What I saw was the ease of travel, the speed that the guide dog handler would move with. That's what I wanted for myself. And not only that, but it was also the companionship.
Renee and Snoopy play with a tug toy outside in the yard.
Working with Snoopy has changed my life dramatically because there's so much freedom that comes along with having a guide dog. It's made the hard parts of blindness not so hard.
Renee sits next to Snoopy and gives him a pat on the chest.
I feel like my outlook on life and the world is so much more positive having Snoopy in my life.
My name is Amit Ahuja and my guide dog's name is Tashi.
I had the opportunity to complete Guide Dogs for the Blind's Orientation and Mobility Immersion program.
Amit stands on a path with his white cane.
And not only did it help me learn to navigate my environment more safely using a white cane, it also made me an even more confident guide dog handler.
My experience was just fabulous.
Amit and his O&M instructor analyze an intersection and cross a city street.
We trained in different locations, practiced different skills, worked out a way to analyze a traffic crossing. I think GDB has transformed my life. To say that it's meeting my needs would be an understatement.
My name is Ella, and this is my canine buddy, Lafferty.
Ella sits on the floor of a living room next to a black lab.
Lafferty is just so amazing in many ways. He's such a good boy. He brings me so much joy and is one of my best friends.
With kids with visual impairments,
Ella's mom, Christy McKerney.
the struggle is real for social contact. It's hard to make friends sometimes. And with Lafferty, he's an automatic draw for all kids, which is wonderful. Lafferty has totally opened up, for Ella, new social connections.
Back to Ella.
I would recommend canine buddies. They're just really good dogs, and they can change a person's life and make it better.
All of Guide Dogs for the Blind services are provided free of charge, and our work is made possible by the generous support of our donors and volunteers.
Renee sits next to Snoopy on the grass in the park.
We receive no government funding.
This organization has made such a huge impact on my life and the lives of so many countless people, and the donors are the ones that make that possible.
Close-up of Snoopy.
Thank you so much.
Ella and Lafferty.
Thank you.
From the bottom of my heart, thank you.
Amit and his guide dog Tashi sit on a beach and watch the sunset.
Together, we are unstoppable. To learn more about our life-changing programs and to support our work, please visit guidedogs.com or scan the QR code.
Thank you. It really is a great video titled We Are GDB. I think it explains who we are beautifully. So without further ado, let me pass the microphone. I think, Priscilla, are you taking the microphone and going to introduce our orientation and mobility inclusion graduate? So here you go.
All right, I'd like to take this moment to celebrate our OMI client who's also graduating today. His name is Randy K. Builder. So we're recognizing this from a recent in-home OMI program. The instructor for this program was an on-call O&M specialist named Mandy Hetzel. So the Orientation and Mobility Immersion is a 1 or 2 week program aimed at enhancing independent travel skills for individuals, including those interested in qualifying for guide dogs or those who already have a guide dog from GDB. It serves as a crucial training opportunity for people with limited access to those traditional O&M services, preparing them to partner effectively with a guide dog in the future. So Randy is currently working with his first guide. Her name is Yasmin. It's a yellow female Labrador Retriever and is in the process of applying for a successor dog upon her retirement. Randy loves to walk and be active by taking frequent trips to the stores in town and being out and about in the community. Randy says having a guide dog has given him the independence to go wherever he wants to go. So the OMI program has equipped him with the tools and skills to navigate effectively and has prepared him for working with a successor dog in the future. So Randy, if you're out there joining us virtually, hello, and thank you for all the hard work that you put into the program. There is a photo of Randy on the screen. So on the photo, Randy smiles at the camera and stands in his living room with his long cane. He's wearing a black Irish flat cap, a white and black polo shirt, and khaki cargo pants. All right. I will be handing the mic over to Becky Miller, who would be introducing our Canine Buddy graduates.
Thanks, Priscilla. Hello, everybody, and welcome. I'm Becky Miller. I'm the Canine Buddy Program Specialist, and I am very proud to be here representing 2 amazing new Canine Buddy partnerships. For those of you who are not familiar with the Canine Buddy Program, it's actually been around for about 20 years. It started as a youth program designed to set youth up to eventually receive a guide dog when they were older. But within the last 4 or 5 years, there was really a need from our adult community, from folks who were looking to add companionship to their life if they perhaps didn't qualify for a guide dog, or if they had previously had a guide dog and no longer had independent travel or the need for the mobility skills of a guide dog, but were really looking for that companionship and that bridge to the GDB community. So we opened up the Canine Buddy program to adults, and it's been wildly successful in that community as well. And I'm really excited to introduce our 2 new Canine Buddy teams. First up, I'm going to introduce Enzo with his parents, Ray and Bradley, and his sister, Veda. And Enzo has received Apple, a female yellow Labrador, who was raised by Sophie and Stephanie Wartren of Salt Lake City, Utah. So come on up, guys.
Thank you. Well, it was love at first belly rub with our Apple here. From the moment she stepped into our lives, she has just been filling our lives with puppy licks and tail wags and really whole body wags when Enzo and his big sister Veda come home from school. And she and Enzo have really a special bond. He's so proud of her, and anytime anyone says, "Oh, how do you like your new dog, Enzo?" he says, "Oh, she's just the best dog," and "Oh, she's perfect." And for us, she really is. She's just so intuitive and loving, and if any of us are having big feelings one day or having a tough day, she comes right over to us and is just very present. And we'll just offer up her belly for a rub and say, like, to us, it feels like she's saying, like, "This will help you out if you give me a little belly rub," and it never fails. It always does, which is just such a wonderful gift for especially Enzo. Having low vision can come with its frustrations and challenges, and to have this special buddy to help him regulate his emotions and recenter is just such an incredible gift. And it's a daily reminder that, a daily reminder that even with there may be challenges, there's just still so much joy. And That is not by accident. We recognize that so many amazing people at Guide Dogs for the Blind played a part in her journey to us, from the administrators and the puppy breeders and puppy training teams, and to the amazing Canine Buddy program, to Kelsey and to our matchmaker, Becky. Thank you so much. And of course, to our amazing puppy raiser, Kelsey and her mom, Stephanie. We are just so grateful, or Sophie, sorry. I'm so sorry. We're just so grateful and are forever grateful for all the care and dedication and time and love and energy that you put in, and she's so amazing because of you, and we thank you so much. And so for a little boy whose favorite food is apple pie, it really is a match made in heaven, so thank you.
Okay, my name is Stephanie, and Sophie's my daughter, and so I'm a high school teacher, and in Salt Lake City, we have this amazing program where we have Guide Dog for the Blind program in school. So in our school, the dogs walk around, they're part of the daily life, and everybody knows how to treat them. And so as Sophie was in 4th grade, I had just started at the high school, and I had a student walk in with a black lab. And the black lab was part of the Guide Dog for the Blind program, so I, of course, started taking pictures. I was all excited. And I came home, and I showed Sophie the photo of this dog, and I explained the program to her, and she said, that's what I will do. I will raise a guide dog. And from 4th grade on, so we waited 7 years for Apple to show up, and her, it was pretty amazing because Sophie was in a group of 5 girls. They were tightest friends, elementary school and junior high. And in 9th grade, as she was going into 9th grade, she said, I'm going to your school because I want to raise, as I said, I want to raise a guide dog. And I said, don't you want to go with your friends? All her other 4 friends went to another high school. And she's like, no, that's what I'm going to do. And so she's has been a long time coming. As we met Apple the first time, she's just beautiful. And we took tons of pictures now meeting. We were so excited to meet Enzo, Veda, and, the whole family, and Ray and Bradley. And now we know that Apple is just in a beautiful home. And I told a lot of my students still ask for Apple, because she was in my classroom a lot, too, because she couldn't always go with Sophie when she had labs and stuff. And so I promised them all to bring back a lot of pictures of Apple. And I have a lot of Spanish-speaking students, and they call her manzana, and they're like, manzana, manzana. So, and a lot of other languages, too, and I don't know how to say apple in all the different languages, but they talk to her, and she's just a beautiful girl, and I'm just so excited that we could be part of the program. And of course, the main work was Sophie. You speak.
Yeah, so as you guys know, I'm Sophie, and really Apple, I know every dog person says this, she was really just a special girl. She came and she was so sweet. You couldn't have asked for a better dog. She is very sensitive sometimes, but that also means that she really feels your emotions. If you're ever upset in any way, she'll always come up to you and start cuddling with you and wouldn't leave you until you were calm again. And seriously, since the beginning, we always said if she didn't make it as a guide dog or a canine buddy, she would have to be a therapy dog, because she was always connected with people's emotions. And seriously, I couldn't have asked for a better match for Apple. I'm so happy for her, and really, she's an incredible girl.
Thank you so much. Whoops, no problem. And our second team I'd like to introduce is Leah and her parents, Justin and Rosalind, who received Herschel, a male black Labrador. And as Larry said, it takes a village. Herschel literally was raised by a village. So he was raised by Kat Buzos of Vacaville, California, Nanette McKnight of Fairfield, California, Lori Veet Shoot, of Vacaville, California, and Julie, Samantha, Claire, and David Fossen of Vacaville, California. So let's give them all a big round of applause.
Yeah, thank you. We didn't realize the size and the amount of people that helped raise Hershey. And we were wildly impressed because we know that they've all played a significant role in forming this dog's personality and sweet behavior. Hershey's amazing. Hershey is Leah's little dog here, who's incredibly shy. Leah is 6. And Hershey's been so sweet with her. Leah was actually kind of shy and afraid of dogs before we got Hershey. And it took her maybe about 6 hours to warm up to Hershey. Hershey's quite the licker, and Leah was a little afraid of that, but now all she can get is Hershey's licks first thing in the morning, wants her face licked to be woken up. And it's super cute. He's really good with her. We didn't know what to expect, but we got super lucky with Hershey. And we're just so grateful for the program and the folks who helped raise them.
Can you sit? Thank you. Good job. He definitely does not forget his commands. His real name is Herschel, but we all of us have called him Hershey at one point in time. Kind of dark chocolate there. And I'm Lori, and he is my 8th or 9th, plus I've helped out with our group. We're from Fairfield, California, and I'm a teacher, so he was lucky enough to come in my classroom, and I just love the fact that he gets to be with a little girl and walk her back and forth to school every day. And I just remember my classroom being totally quiet, and all of a sudden, he would definitely snore in the classroom, but the kids all loved it, and it was nice because he's used to kids coming and going and coming and going. And Claire was one of the ones that came and stayed, and she and I would pass the dog back and forth at school, so we made a pretty good team at school. So I'll let you say a couple things.
Yeah, Herschel's my first guide dog puppy, and Miss Vitt introduced me to him, and I take him to school every day. In class? Yeah, in class. And he just would sit there and sleep and snore too, like usual. And yeah, he's just really great. And like every morning he would run through your legs and tried not to fall over. But yeah, he's just really a good boy.
Hi, sweet boy. My name is Nanette McKnight. I also help a little here and there with raising Mr. Herschel. Amazing dog. He is my first, and potty training, awesome. We hadn't, to tell you the truth, he was smart. He did it was amazing being able to be a part of his life. One thing I do remember about him, constantly wanted it when he was tiny. Of course, we got him when he was little. Herschel, I know he loves other dogs. He loves to curl up at your feet. He would just lay and curl up at your feet, his favorite spot. So I'm just so blessed to have him. It was in my life for a while, and I'm so happy that he's with an amazing family. And because you're gonna love him. He's an amazing dog. So, thank you.
Thank you guys so much. Congratulations. And can we get a big round of applause for our 2 Canine Buddy teams? And I have the pleasure of handing it over to Jessica Shockley, qualified instructor, to introduce you to your guide dog class.
Yes, I have the wonderful pleasure of talking about these 5 new guide dog teams, and I'm just going to get the show started with, first up we have Bobby, also known as William Atkinson, as you see in the program. He is from Huntsville, Alabama, and he received guide dog Alto, a male black Labrador Retriever. He is raised by Deborah and Roman Dubrowski of San Rafael, California, and Susan and Peter Losky of Redway, California. Come on up. Alto is Bobby's second guide who'll be joining the family of Jeanette, Bobby's wife, and their 2 kids, Bethany and Caitlin. Alto will accompany Bobby to work in the Army, but in their spare time, Alto will enjoy listening to Bobby play the guitar.
Thank you so much. First off, I just want to thank GDB for having me back for the second time. It's been amazing 2 weeks working with Alto. I feel like he's a perfect match for me. As was my first guy, they seem to have a knack for it, so I trust them when they say, we have a dog for you. Also, just want to thank a few folks. Priscilla, my instructor, thank you for your patience and working with me and Alto while we were working our routes and trying to figure each other out and keeping us safe. That hand on the shoulder when you could tell we were about to get in some trouble was always very much appreciated. Also want to thank all the staff and volunteers for just the support, making me feel welcome while I was here. And Alto, come here, buddy. This is our time to shine. Let's go. Everyone has been so kind. I've enjoyed every minute here, and I'm so appreciative of the opportunity. Also, want to thank all the puppy raisers involved with raising Alto. And Susan and Peter, thank you so much for Alto. You did an amazing job. I'm really looking forward to getting him home and introducing him to my family and beginning our new adventure. So thank you.
To me, I go. Well, Bobby, we have been so happy to have this opportunity to get to know you. We're thrilled with the new partnership between you and our boy Alto, and we look forward to your future together.
Thank you.
I'm really thrilled to see the partnership. I do want to thank everybody involved with GDB. I'm always impressed with how good they are at matching the dog and the person. We've raised a few other guide dogs, and every time it just seems just like such a perfect match. I do want to give credit where credit is due. I help out. Susan does all the training and raising. I do potty walks. I take him out at night, but really, the dog he is today is mostly because of Susan's work. And I also want to thank the Eureka Puppy Raisers Club, which we're a part of. We came down from Humboldt County to graduate today. We're very proud that we also brought with us Mitch, who is a retired guide dog who we raised and guided for almost 10 years, and we adopted him after he retired, and he's almost 14. He's here in the audience, and we're the people who are going to pick up a new puppy to go home today, too. So it's full circle. Yeah, so thank you to everybody in the guide dog community. What somebody said earlier is it does take a village, and this is a great village to be a part of. Thank you.
On the screen, you will find 2 photos of someone really cute. These were submitted by Deborah and Roman Dabrowski, and they're of Alto. So first up, you have Alto in his puppy jacket on a walk, looking up at the camera. Second photo is of Alto laying in a grassy field, facing the camera and looking at the viewer with his big, soulful eyes. And those Dabrowskis couldn't make it here today, and so they have some words to share that I will do the sharing. Alto stands out from other guide dog puppies in his sheer size alone. He is big and tall, as you guys all saw, with a very handsome face and incredible soulful eyes. From the moment he was dropped off with me, I knew he was special. He was sort of like a southern gentleman with a very good manners, a friendly smile, and intuitive ability to make everyone feel welcome and loved. One of his most noticeable features outside of his size are his beautiful, expressive eyes. He is very attentive, very smart, and very eager to learn and to please. I am sure he will make a wonderful partner for Liam on any new adventure or task they want to accomplish. One of my favorite experiences with Alto was on a hike we took to a local state park that goes through an area of forest, meadow, and coastline. He was so engaged with his surroundings, and he kept looking at me as though, did you hear that bird? Is that the ocean? Do you smell that deer too? I don't think his tail stopped wagging for hours. Very best of luck to Alto and William. I'm sure you'll have a wonderful time exploring the world together. All right, next we have up Marla Burns of Oroville, California, who received Emma, a female yellow Labrador Retriever. She was raised by Jennifer Boyce of Martinez, California, and Kayla Lezinski of Oakland, California. Marla is a seasoned handler, as Emma is her 4th guide dog. Marla is looking forward to heading home with Emma to meet her husband and their pet dog, Moo, as well as their 2 ducks. Marla enjoys the independence and the active lifestyle with a guide dog at her side.
Just want to say thank you.
Do you want to say it again? I don't think they heard.
Just want to say thank you.
Hi, I'm Jennifer. I'm a club leader in Walnut Creek, and Emma was my 5th puppy. And from the moment I picked her up, she was just this bundle of joy and love. Emma, even as a very young puppy, it was clear that she was extremely smart, and she loved to learn. She picked everything up very, very quickly and demanded constant adventure. So meeting Marla today and hearing about the adventures she's going to have in her life, I just know that it's a wonderful match, and I have every confidence in you, Marla, and look forward to hearing all the adventures you have with our sweet Emma.
Okay, I'm gonna try to keep it together. So Emma was my first GDB puppy. And some of you in the audience may know her as Ema. That was her nickname with her group of friends. She was a transfer puppy from Jen. I got her when she was about 20 weeks old, and she was just full of joy, always. Emma was not an easy puppy to raise. She is a smart, energetic, confident, and has a go-getter personality. She was always up for an adventure, and she loved being out and about. Emma also had the privilege of coming to my office every day, and she was always welcomed by my coworkers in my office. She was the light of the office. Also, Emma had the privilege of almost taking every type of transportation in the Bay Area, minus the Amtrak. We did not get on the Amtrak train, but it also included flights. So if you guys do take a vacation together that includes a flight, she's awesome on the plane. Now on to some fun things about Emma. Emma was a friend to every puppy in the Berkeley Puppy Club. She loved every dog in the club, no matter if they did not like her back. So her bestie was Peru. They had this special bond together. It was just incredible. So one day we were having a play date with Peru, and we were trying to get a picture of them together. And so we kind of, not directly at Emma, but we kind of told Emma, like, go sit next to Peru. And so Emma, thought about it, and she was like, okay, and then marched over to Peru. She sat next to Peru. Not only did she just sit down next to her, she put her arm around Peru. It was literally the sweetest thing ever. And it just caught us off guard, and she really thought about, and that just shows how smart she is to begin with. Also, something funny about Emma, she loves the bathtub, no matter if there's water in it or not. She will jump into an empty bathtub, take her toy with her, and just roll around on her back. When it first happened, I was like, what are you doing? What's that noise? I walk into the bathroom, and she is on her back in the bathtub with a fish Benny bone, just having fun. Lastly, I'd just like to give a huge thank you to the Berkeley Puppy Club leaders, Leslie, Zoe, and Aaron, for all your support with raising Emma and answering all the questions and concerns that I had. as being a first-time puppy raiser at the time. And also would like to give a huge thank you for the whole Berkeley Club in general. They were huge support, and you guys all had an impact on raising Emma also. And I would also like to let you know, Marla, the Berkeley Puppy Club has sponsored Emma's harness for you. Marla, you are the perfect match for Emma. I wish you and Emma the best and have so much fun adventuring with her. She is for sure the best adventure buddy that anyone can ask for. I can't wait to see you both conquer the world and see what you guys do as a team. But Emma, please remember to obey Marla. And now, Emma, forward and on to the world.
Emma still wants to be part of the party here. All right, next we have up on stage is Mary Crumweedy of Amherst, Ohio, who received Regina, a female black Labrador Retriever. She was raised by Carolyn Sawyer of Yuma, Arizona, who you may notice coming up to the stage twice as she helped raise 2 of the guide dog teams graduating today. Regina is Mary's 3rd guide, who will be joined at home with her retired guide, Gabrina. Mary enjoys playing the Irish flute, the Irish tin whistle in her spare time. She also plans to turn Regina into a yogi as they practice yoga on the beach at Lake Erie. Welcome up.
Hello. I just wanted to start by thanking GDB for having me back for a 3rd time. It's always quite the journey when you come. Week 1 starts and you're kind of half excited, half nervous because it's the start of a new chapter. And then you meet your dog and all those nerves kind of go away and the journey begins. Regina, when I first got her, for the first 2 days, she couldn't stop staring at me. We kept teasing her, telling her, "Why are you staring into my soul?" But she could not and still has not let me out of her sight. So I have confidence we're going to make a good team. I'd like to thank my instructors, Megan and Jane and Leo. I had 3 of them, and it was good getting feedback from different perspectives. I thought that was very helpful. And I'd also like to thank my classmate Dennis for being my team partner and for sharing my instructors with me. He was fun this time around. So I learned a lot from him too, and I can't wait to see what the next chapter brings for me and Regina.
Regina, that's a 3-syllable name, which is ridiculous for a dog. It should be 1 or 2. So in my opinion, she needed a nickname. But the name Regina actually means queen, and I don't think anybody ever called Queen Victoria Vicky. So Regina it was. She has been described as regal, elegant, gentle, introverted, noble, affectionate. That spells Regina. She did have a couple of monikers in our little group in Yuma, Sweet Regina being the most popular. We had some sitters, a group of sitters that called her Angel Dog because she never did anything wrong. And she was often referred to as everybody's sweetheart. Everybody fell in love with her. She was a great mentor dog for the puppy I'm currently raising. I didn't mean to overlap, but I did by 6 weeks. Before Regina was recalled, I overlapped with this new puppy, and Regina displayed so much patience with the little pup who jumped all over her. In fact, she acted more like a puppy with this puppy than she did when she was a puppy. She was a very easy puppy to raise, and it was like taking a break from raising. She's reserved, serious, respectful, confident, calm, patient, and sweet. All that she displayed in the first week. From the very first, she was my Zen puppy. A Zen attitude refers to a state of calmness, mindfulness, and inner peace. That's Regina. I think she's an old soul. She always seemed to understand what was expected of her beyond her current experience. She's a calm, rule-following girl, never anything in the house. She was trustworthy from a very young age. In fact, the first couple of weeks, I thought she might be sick. No young puppy can be that calm and composed. If it hadn't have been for her dreaded puppy digestive issues that she had for months, Regina would have been that perfect puppy. She does have an odd behavior of pausing in mid-lick. Like she's making time stand still. It reminded me of a Star Trek episode. I have a friend who raises for canine companions, and at the end of all of her emails, she signs off with puppy raisers, living heart donors. If that's true, she's got a big part of mine. She's a sweet girl, and I know you're going to be doing good things together, and I'm glad you've got her.
Now we have Anne joining the stage. She is from Arlington, Virginia, and she received Tot, a female yellow Labrador retriever. She was raised by Amy Gill and Carolyn Sawyer of Yuma, Arizona. Anne started calling GDB home when she met her first guide dog, Mistel, right here in 1996. Tot is her fourth guide who will be joining Anne on many adventures. Tot will be accompanying Anne to church, where she sings, and to take dance lessons. When not working or studying, this team enjoys taking long walks along Arlington's many trails, which her active guide will enjoy because Tot's motto is, "Who needs to sleep anyways?"
I think Todd is putting on her best behavior because she knows she's on YouTube. So good afternoon to everyone who's here and also those watching from afar. And a shout out to our teammate, Dennis and Cash, who graduated ahead of all of us. Dennis was going to give you all an hour-long speech, so you all will miss that. And I'll keep mine a tad shorter. So tomorrow, Todd and I will go to the DMV. And now, if you all are wondering why a guide dogs team would need to go to the Department of Motor Vehicles, that is not the DMV. We are going to the one on the East Coast, collectively known as the District of Columbia, Maryland, and Virginia. Every time when I graduate, I ask myself, am I ready? So this is my 4th graduation, and I can say every time I'm slightly more ready. One day I'll get to 100%. My classmate Dennis once made the comment. He said, "You've been to GDB since you were a kid," and I guess I am. Everything I know about dogs came from GDB. When I first came in 1996 to get my first dog, and I was, of course, only 2 years old. I have spent less than 5 minutes with any dogs before I came here. So the first 2 hours or so I spent with my first dog, we spent in absolute silence, staring at each other. And when my instructor brought me her food, I dropped the leash ran out crying. And he tracked me down, and I told him, we have a total communication breakdown here. I don't know how to communicate with a non-person furry creature. Needless to say, after a few dogs, I'm a little better now. So all my dogs from guide dogs GDB has been excellent workers, but their personality cannot be more different. My family gives each of them a one-word designator. So Miss Dell, the first one, we call her the housekeeper, because she thought she owned everybody in the house, humans and canines. The second one, Annalisa, was the goofball. She worked hard, but played even harder. And the moment the harness came off, it was 110% play mode. And there was Isa. She was absolutely the sweetheart. Anyone who can put up with me for 11 and a half years, day and night, has to be the queen of patience. And she retired in July, this past July, and now is enjoying retirement with my sister's family in Southern California. And there's Todd. I have already designated her the decision maker. If I were to hand her a toy and a leash, I would bet any money she would go for the leash. More work, let's go. And I'm suspecting that GDB is because of her big extroverted personality, her just that she just never fails to exude confidence, her ability to scan the environment quickly and then take decisive steps. And I think that's why GDB is sending her to our national capital. Who knows, she might inspire our leaders. And I know it has taken many hands and many hearts to shape Todd into the confident, disciplined worker that she is. And it all starts with her puppy raisers, Carolyn and Amy, for all the work that you guys put into nurturing her. Also your families, and also the Humor Puppy Club. This past year, my sister's family, especially my niece, started to raise a guide dog puppy called Vivid for GDB. So now I'm getting a glimpse of all the work, everything that goes into it, the gazillion rules that they're not supposed to do for all the puppy raisers. So a shout out to the Diamond Bar Puppy Racing Club, whom I visited. And like I told them, there will be no guide dogs if there aren't you puppy raisers. So thank you to all the puppy raisers in the room. And there are the trainers, the teams of trainers who not just teach, but also humor us throughout the whole week. And besides the various trainers that Todd has had, I especially thank Priscilla. Probably was harder to train me than to train a dog. And lastly, I wanted to thank all the folks on GDB campus, the nurses, the resident advisors, and the housekeeping staff who have taken such good care of me. Some of my classmates might disagree, but to me, this has been 2 weeks of vacation. And I would be absolutely remiss if I did not reserve my biggest thank you to the kitchen and dining room staff and volunteers who cooked and delivered our meals. My dog and I did exactly the same amount of work. She has lost 2 pounds, but I've gained more than that. So thank you, GDB, for fattening me up for the upcoming winter. So thank you.
That's a hard act to follow. But I'm going to start with notes from Amy. I would have loved to have shared today's celebration with Ann, Carol, Tot, and staff and trainers at GDB. Ann, thank you for speaking with us on the phone on Wednesday. As a puppy raiser, Tot inspired me to stay true to my own growth, goofiness, love, and love of learning. Tot loves with a full heart and perseveres with dedication and joy, whatever the hurdle is put before her. My husband, 3 girls, extended family, 4 cats, career change, pup, llama, all love Tot. Friends ask how you can let the puppies go. Honestly, it is heartbreaking for a bit, but the answer is here today. Anne, you are the reason that we let her go. Your strength and passion for life is our inspiration. You and Tot have and will continue to grow the bond and love that she has always created. We are so proud of her and you, and so grateful to be able to have a small piece of the guide dog for the blind family. We can't wait to watch your journey together. Now it's my turn. I would first like to thank GDB for arranging these 2 puppies to graduate at the same time. It saves me a long trip. First, I'd like to thank Tim and Laura, our leaders back in Yuma, Arizona. Without their tutelage and leadership, I wouldn't be here today with 2 puppies. When I went to pick up Tot, I was with Tim. Tim raised Toast, Tot's sister. Her brother Tater was raised in San Diego. But we went to pick up the girls together. And when I found out what Tot's name was, I was a bit flabbergasted. I couldn't believe that that was her name. It's kind of unusual. I know everybody thinks it's unusual. However, for me, it had significance. When my mother was a very small girl, her sister was born. And my mother put her hand in the crib and patted the baby on the hand and said, "Tiny Tot, Tiny Tot." And my aunt was called Tot the rest of her life. I think I was really half grown before I knew she had another name, and it was Virginia. Her name was Tot, so how in the world? I raised a puppy named Tot, and I had an aunt named Tot. And I have 2 puppies graduating today. It's just wild. Tot did have several nicknames, even though it's a very short 1-syllable name. Miss Tot, Hot Tot, Hot Totty, Totty Tot, Air Tot. Air Tot because she has pogo sticks for legs. This girl can get some height. She's a cuddle bug, but not clingy. She can amuse herself. She often sticks her tongue out while she's sleeping. I did that once. I bit my tongue. She's more talented than I am. She was trustworthy in the house, left alone at a very early age, and she's a good rule follower. If she knows what the rules are, she'll follow them. Anytime I showed up at the yoga class without a puppy, nobody asked me how I was doing. They would, "Where's the puppy?" So both dogs have been to the yoga classes for a long time. Tot is a joyful, happy girl. The first thing in the morning and after each meal, she'll put a toy in her mouth. Make sure you have a soft toy close by. She puts it in her mouth and she does figure 8s in front of your legs. So if you're wearing shorts, you're going to get cut up if she's got a chew toy. It's what I call her dance of gratitude. She zigzags like a cat. If Regina is the queen, Tot is the court jester. She's the life of any pool party. Diving into the swimming pool is the next best thing to tugging. She just jumps out, gets out, jumps back in, swims to the side, jumps back in. She's a champion tugger. She puts her all into it. She tugs as if her very life and soul depend on winning. My advice is let go early and often. These 2 dogs couldn't be any more dissimilar if they tried. Extrovert, introvert, calm. I went from Zoom puppy to Zen puppy. Tot was my second puppy. I put her on the puppy truck and I came home with that one. So it really was like a vacation because she's Zoom, she's Zen. And I'm really happy you're going back to Virginia. That's where I'm from, so that's great. And I even have friends in Virginia who've met Tut. So I told them to look out for her in D.C. And I know she's going to do really great for you, and I'm really happy that you have her.
All right, guys, that was a hard act to follow, but I will try to carry on. Lastly, we have Dennis Perrone, who couldn't be here today in person. Like his classmate says, he kind of got to graduate early. But he is watching via Livestream, so hi, Dennis. He is from Carlsbad, California, and he received Cash, a male yellow Labrador Retriever who is raised by Kathy and Stan Hahn of Castle Rock, Colorado, and Nancy Lukovic, I butchered that, of Aurora, Colorado, and Lisa Edwards of Denver, Colorado. Dennis's photo is here on the screen from when they were here on campus. So Dennis sits at a campus bench on a sunny day with Cash and Harness sitting by his feet. Both are looking at the camera and Dennis is smiling. Cash is Dennis's second guide and his first guide dog from GDB. Cash joined his new brother, Mojo, Dennis's retired guide at home. Dennis has many hobbies, including but not limited to listening to live music, attending musicals, swing dancing with his wife, Teresa, and reading as part of his book club. Dennis's Fraser's also couldn't make it here today, but Lisa Edwards, a member of Team Cash, sent a note for me to share. I was so blessed to be part of Team Cash. He has been such a joy to co-raise, a silly, sweet, smart, loving boy who came into our club on Christmas Eve. What a wonderful present. I knew he was special the minute I laid my eyes on him. He showed me resilience, playfulness, and unconditional love these past 2 years. Our time together was a true gift, and I know he will pass on all his love and knowledge to Dennis. I am so excited that they have found each other. I can't wait to hear about all the places they will go and how strong their bond will be. Congratulations, Dennis and Cash. You are so loved. On the screen, as you heard the Oz before, are two images. First is Cash sitting on the front steps with the Edwards family and their pet dogs, and Cash is being hugged by Lisa. The second is of young Cash posing in front of the library shelf next to a book about Johnny Cash. All right, well, that was really delightful, but I'm going to be passing on the mic to Megan Fairchild, apprentice instructor, who's going to be helping with a demonstration, one of my favorite parts. So.
All right, so during training, our dogs learn most of the skills involved with guide work through the use of a clicker, which marks the behavior we want the dog to repeat. The clicker makes communication consistent and timely, better than praise or food alone. We start by pairing food with the sound of the click, and once the dog understands that the click means food, we can then pair the click with the desired behavior. For example, when they're doing something like stopping for a curb or going into a down position and they get a click, they think food and are likely to want to repeat the behavior again. All right, today we have our wonderful resident advisor, Marissa, and her guide, Jim, here to help demonstrate a method called back chaining. With back chaining, you start at the end goal and slowly increase the distance from the target. All right, so Marissa's going to start by having Jim target a hand target a few times. This helps get Jim into clicker training mode and helps him to anticipate learning a new target. She will then pair the hand target with the new chair target by putting the hand target on the edge of the chair. As Jim starts to understand the behavior, she'll take a step back. Yep, and make that hand target again. All right, and she can now take a few more steps back and repeat the process. And then as Jim starts to anticipate moving towards that chair target, she can take a few more steps back and then pick up the harness handle. As you can see, Jim is very eager. Great, and then from there she can take even more steps back and repeat the process and add the cue word, chair. All right, the final goal is for Jim to work from a further distance. Jim will now work from the lobby doors, returning to the stage to find the chair. Hold on, Jim. Which he's very excited about. All right, yay, Jim. And the final step is for Marissa to go ahead and sit in the chair, which gives context to the behavior for Jim and helps him understand that he needs to target an empty chair. This simple targeting technique can be widely used in a client's home area. They can apply this training principle to teach their dog how to target all kinds of locations, such as ATM machines, pedestrian crosswalk buttons, bus stops, and a lot of other targets as well. All right, thank you so much, Marissa and Jim. All right, and I'm now going to pass the mic back to Larry. Thank you.
Thanks, Megan. So it's time for the puppy delivery. So, well, it's almost time for the puppy delivery. The puppy is meandering over. I'll invite Susan and Peter. Just Susan? Peter's. Oh, there you are. Okay, come on up. Come on up. So okay, the puppy's here. So, but come, Susan, Peter, come, because I want to make sure that I was clear. So you're from the Eureka Club, is that correct?
Yes, yes.
And what you said you mentioned, Peter, I think you mentioned you mentioned a few other puppies prior to. What number puppy will this be for you?
This will be puppy number 19 for us.
19. That's a little more than a few. Yeah. So
we've enjoyed it.
Do you have a favorite part of puppy raising?
Oh, this might be it. Getting the puppy.
Okay. All right.
We at one point we did starter puppies during the COVID epidemic. So we had 5 puppies in 1 year, which upped our number a little bit, where we just get a puppy and raise her for a few months and it moves on to another family.
Oh, that's wonderful. Well, thank you for doing this. And again, for those who are new to the puppy delivery, we have a little game we play, and this is trying to guess the name of the puppy. So here are the clues. You're not looking, right? There are clues. So first, I just want to share that this is going to be a yellow male lab, and we have litter initials, because you were hearing it with Tot. This is a J litter. The mom, the dam, is Elfie. The sire, the dad, is Grande. Oh. And so here are the clues. Here's a clue, okay? So here for the puppy's name. The puppy's first name is shared by this famous actor who starred in movies like Inception, Looper, and 10 Things I Hate About You, as well as a TV show, Third Rock from the Sun. And this is a J litter.
I should tell you that we play a game every time we come down to get a puppy. For 4 hours driving south, we guess every J name we can think of. Okay. But I'm not familiar with those shows. So.
No?
I've heard of them, but I have not watched those
I would take
shows.
suggestions from the audience.
Okay. Does anybody? Okay. No. Okay. Close. It's close. Getting there. Yes. Joseph, yes. Welcome, Joseph.
I thought we were going to get a cute one.
There's love already there. Hi, Joseph. Hi, sweetie. So stay up here while we close out graduation so everyone can stare at you and Joseph.
May I add one more dog to the mix? Where is our other dog? Do you want to bring him up?
You're messing the program.
Sure.
I'm missing
No,
the program.
it's okay. We're loose. Come on up as we close out the close out the graduation.
This is 13-year-old Mitch, who guided for almost 10 years and retired, but he's going to help teach Joseph.
That's right.
We raised him in 2011.
Wow. Wow.
I'll take this one. Thank you so much. Mitch.
So thank you all for joining the graduation. Thank you for joining via live stream. And thank you for sharing your stories. That's what really matters. And also, it's lovely that you shared also a bit of the magic. The serendipity, the Tot story is really a part of the magic that makes up who we are and what we do. Congratulations to all of the guide dog teams, the orientation and mobility graduate, and the K9 buddy teams. So a big round of applause for everybody. Thank you, really, really. Thank you for sharing your hearts. Thank you for sharing everything. Oh my goodness.
We got a wiggler.
Joseph likes a round of applause. If anybody is interested in learning more about guide dogs for the blind, if anybody has anybody that they know who would benefit from our services, if anybody is interested in volunteering or joining our staff, visit our website at guidedogs.com. If anybody is interested in donating, either today or at some time in the future, you can do so through texting. You can actually text partnerships to 50155. That's 50155 in the number section, and partnerships in where the message would go. You could scan the QR code that's on the poster and on your programs if you would like, and you can always go to guidedogs.com as well. So again, thank you. We're going to sign off to those who are viewing live stream. Thank you so much for viewing. Hope you have a great day. And for those who are here in person, to your right, there's a lovely reception. There's some treats from our phenomenal kitchen cooks and staff. And again, thank you for being here. Thank you for all that you do, and hope to see you at the next graduation.
Thank you, Larry. You make a wonderful MC. You were just great.